Hello everyone, Hanson back again with another reading. I already have one coming out, Four of Cups. So this is going to be my reading for YouTube. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for my different channels and what everybody's looking for. But at the same time also, it's not really up to me half the time, just because we're pulling cards for spirit. Welcome back. If you've been following me for a little while, Tuppence is inbound. Hello, Tuppence. What you doing, Bubby? He hears me talking, and so then he wants to get off in my business. I'm wondering if you guys can hear me okay. I'm using just a little microphone I have here. I'm also going to see, it has a little fuzzy topper. I'm going to see if the fuzzy topper makes it better or makes it worse. We'll see. Took that in my pocket here. So far, it looks like we have a reading coming out about something you're not seeing, something that's not coming in super clearly. And that's what the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is always about trying to give you something. The universe is trying to give you an Ace of Cups. And in the Ace of Cups that it's trying to give you, you have three in front of you, you're content as you are, and one of two things is true. Either you're excited about the new thing that's coming in, or you're like, I don't know how I feel about that. So we have three different energies. It looks like your Queen of Swordsing over here, trying to embody this energy of, the Spirit told me, unbotheredness. Unbothered, but we have a Five of Swords reversed, and we also have an Eight of Swords reversed. And these are forming multiple branches of energy. Five of Swords reversed is very yucky. I don't like Five of Swords reversed. It has a lot to do with fighting. Looks like we have a Knight of Wands reversed. And clarity on the Queen of Swords, please. Oh, yeah, someone broke your heart. And you're coming out here with your boundaries saying, hell no. Oh, there we go. Death reversed. Yeah, okay. Okay, there's some heartbreak, there's some hurt going on. Let's look a little deeper. Aww. Aww. Okay. What else do we have here, Spirit? I like to go through a little elaborate explanation once I have an idea as to what I'm looking at, because I've eaten my own words so many times before. When I finish a reading, and versus what if I just start trying to talk about it before all the cards are out. There's a lot to be said, but there's more to be said about things once the big picture is also present. Seeing the forest for the trees, as they say. This wants to be upright. King of Cups. What about the King of Cups? King of Cups wants to come tell you something. What do they want to tell you? Something about justice. I think this King of Cups is guilty about something. I want to come talk to you about something that was unfair or unjust. We have this Temperance energy going on. Temperance, past life energy, healing of something from the past. Yeah, the King of Cups wants to heal something from the past. But there's a King of Pentacles. Why is there a King of Pentacles? The Four of Swords upright. Okay. Oh, we love a collaboration. We're seeing a split in energy. There's a lot going on here. So I'm gonna walk it through. Basically, you're trying to come up like sort of unbothered or pushing away something. I'm seeing the universe is trying to give you a cup here, and you're like not wanting to look at it. Maybe your heart's hurting. I'm really drawn to this Queen of Swords. This Queen of Swords. We have a Queen of Swords, an Ace of Cups, and a Three of Swords. And that's just kind of oof, oof is what that is. That's a tender moment. That's a rough patch. It's almost somebody has forced you to put up your boundaries. Um, and they might want to come back in with love for you, but they've caused you enough heartbreak. You have boundaries, you have security. You want to know this person, you might want them in your life, you might be allowing them in your life, but you got your boundaries up because they've done enough damage. Um, oof, oof. My whole body hurts from those cards. It's like, when you get sick and your whole body's got like pins and needles head to toe. That's the feeling. I'm just like, we're not going there again. We have this the Eight of Swords reversed, and the Eight of Swords reversed is being clarified by both the Knight of Wands reversed and the Six of Wands reversed. Someone may have sort of the energy I'm getting is very Sagittarius, is what I just heard. So the energy of Sagittarius here would be manifesting as sort of the King of Wands is kind of like, I'm hearing they're a dog with a tail between its legs in their retreat from you. So you might have like blocked this person or dumped this person or separated yourself from this energy of this person. And in the process, you might have just said, no more of this. Whatever this was, however they were treating you, you put up your boundaries. They hurt you enough. Boundaries went up. This person basically didn't know what to do. They're in this emotional like shutdown. I'm seeing this Knight of Wands sort of energy rambunctiously saying, well, fine. Like if they're fighting, they're angry. And then we have this Six of Wands reversed. And the Six of Wands reversed is like in defeat. But their defeat is coming up with possibly loaded actions or poor decisions that are lined up with this. They're probably going off and doing things that they're probably going to regret, if I'm being completely honest. And they might be feeling trapped at this time in this situation. They also feel like, I just heard hill to die on with the Five of Swords reversed. And with the hill, it's interesting because I feel like this person might be pining. Like they have their own life situation. They're running off, fooling around, trying to do something else. And they're seeing you over here at this Five of Swords going, I'm just going to keep doing me. I'm going to do my own thing, whatever. And in the process of trying to do that and running off and like doing their own thing rambunctiously, feeling like they don't have a choice, they're just going to keep going on doing whatever. This is a Nine of Pentacles reversed. They're seeing you just kind of unbothered. You're like, boundaries, space, I'm walking away. And really, they're kind of acting out of a tantrum and like fightively saying, I'm going to go do whatever I want if you're not going to do what I want you to do. And then we have Death reversed. When I see Death reversed, I see they'll come back. They'll come back and figure it out. I have a little water here. It's this idea of that you'll come back every time no matter what. They don't have to worry about it. They don't have to think about it. They're like a dog with their tail between their legs, upset, frustrated, hurt. But they also are like, they think they've played this game before with other people because they're used to an immature love that plays games and treats people like shit. Oh, sorry about that. Here we go. So that's what I'm getting just off the bat, off the cuff. It's a little like messy and nasty. But then we have this Chariot reversed, Strength, and Ten of Pentacles reversed. I'm gonna pull a little bit more on that because that's a curious. What are you doing, sir? No, thank you. Oh, and there's Babel. Oh no, it's not Babel. It's Barb's. Hi, Barb's. So it's interesting to me because the Chariot reversed is coming up with this energy of someone choosing not to heal. And it's difficult. They're choosing a more difficult path because they're choosing not to heal because they're not really realizing it. Oh, that's brutal. The bottom of the deck here with the Seven of Cups was clarified by the Devil. They have so many choices, but none of those choices are you. They can't build with these other choices. They can't pull together with these other choices. This Three of Pentacles is collaboration. They're doing whatever they can to make something work. Queen of Pentacles, clarified. Clarify strength, please. Okay. And the Wheel of Fortune to clarify. Ten of Pentacles reversed. This person made a choice. And yeah, surprise, the Devil came back. This person made a choice because you weren't choosing their nonsense, their behavior, their choices. You were not sitting here saying, I'm going to take any other nonsense. And so they realized that they weren't getting anywhere with your energy. You're slowly growing into your sovereignty. It might have been painful. You might have had to do a lot of growing up in this relationship. There's a choice reversed, making a bad choice or not choosing at all. And with strength is like holding back their energy or doing something kind of difficult. And this could also end up being your energy having to make a hard choice. Or giving up because they weren't choosing you. And you just held your ground, you were strong, and you realized, like, I can't do anything with this with the Ten of Pentacles reversed. And the Wheel of Fortune's coming up over here saying, I'm going to have to roll the dice again because this is not going anywhere. This is not working. This is not developing. This may have taken a little while. And with the Seven of Cups, you both had choices. You're rolling the dice. You're saying, I can't do this anymore. This isn't working out for me. But you don't hate this person. You just need your boundaries. You need your safety. You need your security. They're coming back in over here with this King of Cups energy. They're emotional about an energy that was unjust, that was unfair and inappropriate. Spirit, can I get some clarity on justice reversed? And I'm fascinated. What was unclear? What was messed up? Five of Pentacles reversed. I feel like they're lonely because they feel like lonely, left out in the cold because, sorry, I'm getting something. Please, a little more clarity. Because it's reversed, right? So if it was upright, it would be like, oh, abandonment or something like that. But it's reversed. So, it's a special circumstance. So this person might have done something stupid, like moved on without you. Like they're moving on, they're just like, oh, you don't want me? Well, then somebody else will. I'm going to go look for someone else. Like, I wasn't that interested anyways. Da-da-da-da-da-da. They're just trying to hide their feelings. They're pushing their feelings down. They may have, in the relationship, taken quite a bit from you, and then... weird noise. Taken quite a bit from you and left you kind of, like, drained and empty. But, and they might have started something off new with somebody else when they're still hurting and they're still healing, and karma is kind of like looking down on them going, I don't know about that. Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Conflict, confusion, Seven of Swords reversed. I think they duped themselves. They duped themselves out of a situation that could have really worked for them. Hi, Tubbins. He's doing a little pitter-patter on my legs. He likes it when I wear jeans. Clarified by Seven of Pentacles. I feel like this person might be arguing, might be having struggles at home, might be doing like, I'm just feeling a lot of internalized conflict, something interesting going on there. With the Four of Wands reversed, clarifying once again, whatever they're trying to do with this new person, it's just not holding up the way they hoped. They're running into new struggles, new issues, new fights, new arguments, and the foundation is not being laid beautifully. King of Pentacles with, Nine of Swords, Four of Pentacles. They're still healing. They're still like, I feel like your guys' relationship didn't get to express itself correctly, or when you walked away, you're like, I can't deal with this anymore. This is too much. They're left in this sense of, pretending like they don't want to show weakness, if that makes sense. In an attempt to not show weakness, they're like just basically trying to play you off by jumping in bed with somebody else. And this energy is showing up with conflict, and they're trying to sow seeds that just aren't working before properly harvesting or tilling. They're just getting ahead of themselves, and they're doing things. They're messy and they're foolish, and they're not making good decisions. We have this King of Pentacles coming over towards this Nine of Swords and Four of Pentacles. Spirit, can I get clarity over here on the what's the Nine of Swords over here? This person might be worried about work and money. They might not be able to like support themselves or feel secure, so they're looking they might have turned to this other relationship for money. Empress reversed. Oh no. Because their work isn't panning out and they're not thinking clearly. They're not mentally in a sound place with the moon reversed. And then the Empress came out. Like, I think they're just all messed up. This person's all kinds of messed up. I don't know what you did or what happened or what period of life you met this person in, but they are twisted up, mangled. They're making really toxic, unhealthy choices. And I'm just like, girl, what is happening? I love a crazy reading, but this reading is messy. Yeah, this person's overburdened with like exhaustion. And they're really trying to achieve some sort of goal that's like answering a dream for them. It's going to take them where they want to go. They're like, oh, I want to go to this place. I want to see what my future is going to look like, but they're like fighting for their future. Think like student or stranger in a strange land, I just heard. Like they're really wanting to build a life for themselves, it looks like, but they're also like holding on to their cards, making all sorts of toxic. Ugh, this person's like a college student. It's wild. This person is not healthy. There's not a lot going on over here. Page of Pentacles. What's going on with that? Or Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles with the moon reversed. And yeah, and this Eight of Pentacles. That's interesting. Something you don't see. Oh, interesting. So this energy of them not doing super well, it's punishment. It's kind of punishment for them treating you like shit. It's a little bit hilarious. The universe has a funny sense of humor. You just didn't want to be treated like crap anymore, and or like be in constant pain and discomfort, while this person is trying to rebuild and pretend like you didn't matter in a lot of ways. So don't let that bruise your pride too much. This person is a hot dumpster fire of a hot mess going on. And how they're feeling, it's like yours actually succeeding. You don't see that the universe is actually going to bless you, and it's cursing them in a way. Their actions are not fruitful. They're not beneficial. They're not really helping them out in the long run. It looks like it's hurting them more than anything. Gosh dang. Whereas I'm seeing for you, there's this other energy. It's like a walking away from someone that you gave your heart. And in the walking away, you're finding a healing. You're healing, nurturing, and loving yourself. And there's going to be a new person coming in who's a King of Pentacles. King of Cups is this toxic energy that's a little crazy, that you keep your boundaries up. You're like, actually, I'm moving over here. This person is between... You've said, I want better for myself. I'm manifesting something better for myself. I'm healing myself. I'm going to be a vibrational match for an energy that's going to actually appreciate me and raise my energy up a little bit. But you're resting, and that's summoning in for you a beautiful energy. And I'm not saying it's time for you to over this person and throw them out, but what I am saying is it's time to want better for yourself. It's time to want and do better for yourself. It's easier for someone else to say that. And nothing's perfect. Some things are trial and tribulation. But it's just sometimes, not all the time, Empress. But, sorry, I'm kind of coming at this with a little tangled mind. This person might want to come back in a little bit later, after they've train wrecked and broken up with somebody else, and they thought about you, or they want to, if you guys are communicating, or they might want to bond and connect with you in a way. And you might be like, well, actually, I want to kind of have, like, best friend status or something like that. It's a little messier than that, though. I don't think it would stay that way. If this person would slowly try to, like, creep back in your energy. I feel like you loved this person at one point, but they really broke your heart enough for you to put up your walls. And I think that love that you still have for them is very, very meaningful. But they lied to you. They lied to you, and they didn't tell you the truth, that you might have tried to swindle you. And they want to talk to you about this. They want to tell you the truth about how they mistreated you. They might barely be realizing it. But this is the end of a karmic cycle, and it's you healing yourself and moving away. And you deserve to move away towards something healthier and better for you. Because you're going through a death metamorphosis. You're no longer this person that would be willing to tolerate this kind of behavior and treatment. Not even a little bit. And sometimes it takes someone to help you kind of clear it out and see it for what it is, and like cleanse it and be like, no, this is not me. This is not the tea. But you have some beauty coming in for you. You have someone who wants to build with you coming in. And that energy, there's somebody who can recognize you as the Empress, someone who can give you what you want. But part of it here is funny because I'm not seeing an Emperor or some other energy. It's literally you. It's you believing that in order to get, excuse me, in order to get what you want, what's meaningful and must be yours in the end, you're going to have to, Two of Pentacles over here. Like, you have to be willing to love yourself and give back to yourself and recognize you've got to climb over some hurdles that really might suck, but they're for your benefit in the end. With the Four of Pentacles, you got to get over some personal blocks about love because love wants to find its way in, and you might still feel like you're bruised, you're battered, you're healing. This person might have ripped out your heart and soul. But it's just a matter of time before you find someone who's actually good for you. But throwing someone away who's bad for you, I wouldn't even like calling it throwing away. Letting them go with love is wise. It's healthy, but it's not. It shouldn't diminish your self-worth. It shouldn't take away from who you are, and it certainly shouldn't have you questioning your self-worth. No, just because they couldn't see it, they couldn't understand it, they weren't for you, doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. It just means that you had to move on to a different kind of energy, an energy that was healthier for you, right for you, something you should have been doing all along. But it's something we got to learn. We're people, we're humans, things aren't perfect. We have Shadow Self and Celebration. You're coming out of this. So I have the Empress over here. You have the Hierophant reversed and this Eight of Swords, so maybe you feel like maybe God was against you a little bit and hurting you. This King of Pentacles be coming in, possibly here to help you with your healing. They might be showing up and loving on you, nurturing you, and you feel that healing energy start flooding in, and your heart starts to, piece by piece, start to come together and repair itself. And we have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. This person is both romantic and passionate. This person is kind of the full package. There's somebody who could build with you. You might have felt like you've been at rock bottom, your shadow self, and you're celebrating the fact that you've had to go through the darkness. But you're at rock bottom, and you realize that actually I can come back out. I can survive. I can transmute and really thrive. Especially when you realize, like, as you healed, the truth will come out. It looks like there's some issues showing up. You're going to start watching. You probably have good communication with this other person. You might hear them talk about their ex or whoever they're dating now, and all you're seeing is repeating cycles, like hot mess express. You're not seeing a lot of like corrective behavior. You're not seeing healing. You're not seeing betterment. You're seeing just a lot of confusion and struggle. It's like watching someone go through a loop of insanity because they never healed. They didn't heal. They didn't fix anything. They just stayed. They're desperately trying to protect their freedom, and in the process of trying to protect their freedom, they're losing their freedom. And they're scared. They're not listening to the signs, and they're not opening up to spirit. They're just continuously chasing what they think is freedom when it's really just an illusion. Yeah, this person has a fear of intimacy or an inability to be emotionally intimate with another person, and it's that's how they operate. That's just where they're at. We gotta love people where they're at, even if it's difficult, even if they're just like ugh. And it's easy for me to say that. I'm just pulling cards. I'm not actually in it, so take my advice as what it is. Advice. It's my opinion. It's one of my favorite quotes. One of my favorite people in all the world told me this, and I think it's like desperately true. New Outlook. I love that. That wants to come out. It's a little rainbow for Pride Month. is, my opinion, is worth exactly what you paid for it. You know, take it for what it is. If it's totally for you, awesome. If it's not, it's not. Drop it. But I'm just seeing some beautiful energy coming out here with a new outlook. Someone's having an awakening. What's going on? Responsibility. And hater. Clarify hater. Unexpected blessings and why. Oh. 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 That's yucky. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, that's sad. So this person might be able to see you, like, they might get a new outlook as you heal yourself and you move on. This person may grow a new outlook of responsibility and understanding. They can see that you're taking personal responsibility for your life, and it actually might trigger it might trigger them really bad, because you are the sign. You're the sign helping them see who they're supposed to become, how they're supposed to be doing their healing. Sometimes, I don't like to make these readings about demonizing people, because people are people. We all got to go through our healing. We all have our trip. We all trip up. We all mess up sometimes. This person might want to show you like a really happy side of you and hide how they're feeling. But the simple truth, it's just the truth. It's taking a lot of inner strength for them not to show up and, like, be super shitty to you. They're just seeing as you heal. It's causing a lot of anger, and they're needing to process a lot of their own negative emotions, because they're watching you change and heal and grow and progress on your path, because you're in a position where they can view you. You both are in positions to view each other, and they're just not taking they're watching you take responsibility for yourself, and you're being blessed for it, whereas they're choosing not to take responsibility for their actions, and they're wondering why nothing's working. The celebration keeps wanting to come out. That's interesting. We'll put that on the back burner for a minute. I mean, the celebration could just be this King of Pentacles coming in and all this beauty that's coming in for you with this Four of Wands, and learning to help you open up and receive. Open up and receive, darling. Open up and receive. Before I close this bad boy out, I want to do a little bit of a liniment pull for you, just to see what's going on and how it's going to manifest, and, like, what's the rhythm, what's the structure of how this, like, comes together. I do love a couple different reading modalities and methods, because it gives us the opportunity to work with every sort of portal that can come in. We have owls and we have storks. Okay. So owls, excuse me. Owls are coming through really interestingly in reverse. And owls have a lot to do with family and safety and security, and also they have some stuff to do with death and a couple other things. But then with stork is like a gift, like an unexpected gift. And owls can also be endings. The sun. I got mice reversed with paths, so you might be dodging a bullet. You might be choosing to walk away from someone who is, unfortunately, very toxic. Spirit might have guided you to this person. You might have been there to learn a lesson and really, like, heal and grow and understand. But I'm really strongly feeling like this person, if you would have stuck around, would have been causing you mountains and getting you stuck in a loop of... You would have been married to heartbreak, to someone, a broken-hearted person who's a child and not able to, like, grow up. So they're doing you a favor by not making you comfortable, if that makes sense. They made you uncomfortable, made you not want to be around them, not because they're a bad person, but because their higher self is kicking with yours, and they're trying to communicate to you and say that, like, you're a really beautiful soul, you're a really beautiful person, I want you to be happy, and you're not happy with me, so let's move on. I'm also seeing somebody who's sabotaging their growth. A gentleman is sabotaging their growth here, by keeping secrets and by not communicating. This person needs to communicate a gift to you. They don't want to. They're going to be coming out with the truth, and it's not really a gift that they're telling it to you, but it's kind of, and it's a key. So long story short, this energy is saying that they're going to come as part of their growth, and their spiritual path. They're supposed to be coming to you and telling you what they've been keeping secret to you, giving you a gift, and this is supposed to be unlocking for you. And what they're going to be telling you in the gift is like them and their friends or something going on there. If you're supporting this person or if you're helping them in some way, like their little circle is they're toxic. They're snakes in the grass, backstabby. And this person may have been lying to you for a long time and they just need to come through. Like you might know it. I mean, you're watching tarot videos like this, you might know it. But they are going through it, man. They're just going through it. And it's like, ugh, that's sad, but it is what it is. And they're just, their higher self is protecting you from a potential life of misery that they would have accidentally created for you. And dude, that sucks. I'm not down. But at least you got a little clarity. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your evening. This was my pleasure reading for you. Sorry I was a little all over the place. I'm still learning what I want to be doing for these channels, but I do love to... I love being able to see what free flow looks like when I just pull cards, because a lot of times, especially for like my TikTok, you guys are going to see bits and pieces that are all chunked out in certain ways, but not here, not for YouTube. So I will hopefully catch you guys later and have a lovely rest of your evening. Bye.